Hello, my friends at Prince of Peace Parish. We're back with your weekend update after a couple of weeks off, and it is the weekend update for January 28th, the fourth Sunday in Ordinary Time. And I'm going to go through a little bit different because now the bulletin has shifted a little bit. So you'll notice that it's Catholic Schools Week here at the start of Catholic Schools Week. So the 5 p.m. Mass at Holy Family is going to be the St. Dominic Academy Mass. So you're going to see the students from the St. Dominic Academy Chorus. You're going to see a few students do the rite of acceptance. So they're going to come into the church and be baptized at Easter. So I want to keep them in our prayers and encourage them and ask for the strength and the grace that they continue their walk with God. Our Catechism of the Catholic Church, Year of the Catechism, has started. Father Dan's Monday night class had 46 people in person, and what's that math? 175 online. So it was a lot of people tuning into the Catechism. I want to pray for the fruits of that and that you all are able to continue either in person or from the comfort of your own home. If you go onto our YouTube page or Facebook or the parish website, you look for the past live streams. You can filter through and find those Monday night classes if you want to re-watch them. The Catechism really is more about echoing the faith and our response to God. So it really helps unpack the sacred scripture tradition that makes our faith so very rich. Ash Wednesday coming right up, February 14th, Valentine's Day. If you're looking for alternatives, you want to keep the day holy, a day of fasting, a day of penance and prayer. We are offering the Fat Tuesday on a Friday Catholic Family Fun Night. So that's going to be at the Basilica of Saints Peter and Paul, hosted by the Knights of Columbus Council 106. So that's Fat Tuesday on a Friday. It's a potluck dinner and Catholic trivia night. We're going to have games for all the kids. We're going to have crafts. The hall is decorated for Mardi Gras, and it is a great time. That's going to happen. It seems to always be a blizzard. For the past 2 years, this is year number 3. I don't know why this would be any different, but we're there. So come on out. This is not an event that has a rain date or a snow date. We're there, and great times are had by all. So come on out to the Basilica for Fat Tuesday on a Friday, February 9th. Going through the parish calendar, we do have an important update about parking bans here at the parish, more specifically Holy Cross. So as you know, a lot of you on Sunday mornings will park in the Domino's Pizza parking lot right across from the handicap entrance at Holy Cross. And if it is a snowstorm, the management over at Domino's has kindly asked that we do not use their parking lot. It makes their snow removal efforts much more difficult. They're not able to clean their parking lot. So anytime there's a snowstorm or a severe weather event, please do not park at Domino's when attending Holy Cross or any masses or functions. No Greater Love, speaking of Lent, No Greater Love starts on February 15th. So this is a biblical walk through Christ's passions. This is a Thursday night study. We break bread together after the Thursday evening Mass here at Holy Family. We gather in the hall and we talk about the Passion of Christ through the lenses of all 4 Gospels. And it really has been a very fruitful study. So it's really a faith sharing group. We gather in those circular tables in the hall. We share as a group. We go through the discussions. We go on a pilgrimage through Jerusalem. So you actually get to see the Garden of Gethsemane, the place where Jesus prayed, where Peter betrayed. All of these places, the pillar, the scourging, and Golgotha, the tomb. We go through all of these. The life, not the life so much, but the trial, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. So that's a 6-week study. So 5 weeks. They're listed out in the Bible. In the Bible, they're listed out in the bulletin. All the topics, the materials are available for purchase. You can contact me or the parish office, get signed up. Anyone's welcome to attend the class, and then so it's 5 weeks. Yeah, that's where I was going. It's 5 weeks with No Greater Love, a pilgrimage by Dr. Edward Shree. And then on week 6, just before Holy Week starts, it's that last Thursday before Holy Week, we actually have a screening of The Passion of Christ. That's the one directed by Mel Gibson. So very, very intense, very very difficult movie to watch, but after having spent time in the Gospels and in the death of Christ, in really the way of the cross, it really brings that movie to a new light and really prepares us to enter Holy Week into a more prayerful and mindful way. And then that following Easter, that joy of the resurrection, you feel those graces all the more because you spent that time in study. So that'll be led by myself on Thursday evenings. To see the baby bottle drive. This is the weekend to drop all that stuff to help out new families in our area. Diapers, pull-ups, baby wipes, baby formula, baby detergents. There's special soap to wash the baby bottles and the baby clothes that are dye and scent free, so they're not as sensitive to that stuff. New or gently used baby clothes, if they're used, please make sure they're washed first. A few things for mom: grocery cards, gas cards, new socks, and full size toiletries. These will go to area shelters and helping new moms, the domestic shelter and pregnancy crisis centers to help out new moms in our area and new families. We are the pro life people, and that is life at all stages. And we in particular need to make sure that we are supporting these new families that who have chosen life. It really is a wonderful calling. Great way to get the kids involved, the grandkids. Have them help pick out. There's all kinds of characters on the diapers. Maybe there's a cartoon they're particularly fond of, and say, hey, we're going to get your favorite cartoon and share that joy with another family. So, great way to get them involved. That virtue of charity, they can receive those graces from God. Then you'll see the Rooted in Scripture, the Catholic Faith Explained. We haven't had a weekend update since we've started doing this page, but this is our Sunday Gospel and the Catechism of the Catholic Church. And so you'll see that we have the Revised Standard Version, the Catholic edition. It's one we have the rights to publish. And then the Catechism of the Catholic Church. So if you go in the back of the Catechism, you'll see all the related scripture passages listed out by book of the Bible. So if you look up, Mark chapter 1, verse 21, it directly correlates to the Catechism of the Catholic Church 2173. So we've gone ahead and listed those out, and we'll read them to you here. So from the Gospel of Mark: And they went into Capernaum, and immediately on the Sabbath he entered the synagogue and taught. They were astonished at his teaching, for he taught them as one who had authority, and not as the scribes. And immediately there was in their synagogue a man with an unclean spirit. And he cried out, What have you to do with us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God. But Jesus rebuked him, saying, Be silent, and come out of him. And the unclean spirit, convulsing and crying with a loud voice, came out of him. And they were all amazed, so that they questioned among themselves, saying, What is this, a new teaching? With authority he commands even the unclean spirits, and they obey him. And at once his fame spread everywhere throughout all the surrounding region of Galilee. So our catechism in paragraph 2173 tells us that the gospel reports many incidents when Jesus was accused of violating the Sabbath law. But Jesus never fails to respect the holiness of this day. He gives this law its authentic and authoritative interpretation. The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. With compassion, Christ declares the Sabbath for doing good rather than harm, for saving life rather than killing. The Sabbath is the day of the Lord of mercies and a day to honor God. The Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath. So you notice down below that's from our catechism. You notice down below, we try to unpack that a little bit, a little personal anecdote. These are my own reflections. Take them with a grain of salt. They're written based on experiences I've had. This week in particular, I really draw on Pope Benedict XVI of asking, are we not afraid to let Christ in? So in our busy schedules, in our rushing around, how many of us have sat at mass like the man with the unclean spirit? We have something bothering us on our hearts, and we cannot fully come before God because God cannot be before sin. God cannot tolerate sin. So how often do we sit there holding on so tight and just trying to fulfill the obligations of the Sabbath, of the holy day of obligation that we do on Sunday? Are we afraid to let Jesus draw that out of us? And that's what our catechism is saying, is that Jesus never contradicts. It's the full interpretation. So versus the Sunday day of obligation being this thing you have to do, it's a call to want to do. It's a day to rest, to reflect, and to heal yourself, to let go of these things. And Pope Benedict goes on to say, no, we are our most free when we open the doors to Christ. When we let these things go, we experience true humanity. So that's unpacked there. Coming up, we have our, whoa, knocking the camera. It's not an earth cake, I promise. We have the Feast of St. Blaise after the Masses. Next weekend, February 3rd and 4th, we'll have the Blessing of the Throats. We'll have a Lenten Holy Hour at Our Lady of the Rosary on Sunday mornings before Mass. Our memorial Mass funds are in. We want to pray for all those who have passed. St. Joseph's Spread, they're going strong. If you have anyone in your life who is special needs, we do have religious education just for them that really meets them on their level. So reach out for that. Upcoming First Communion Confirmation retreats. We have a Lenten retreat for the first-year families here at Holy Family on Saturday, February 3rd in the Holy Family Hall. There's a typo there. It says the 4th. It's Saturday the 3rd, 9 to 12. We have our rescheduled penance service. We had that big snowstorm a few weeks ago on a Saturday. We had to reschedule our first reconciliations for second-year students to March 9th. Men's group returns next weekend. Annual men's retreat, the Lenten retreat by the three priests of POP. Those are coming up on February 17th. That's going to be the Catholic man and the Catechism. The importance of right belief is our topic. Thursday night study. Prayer for prayer for vocations, pro-life. If you know of a mom in need, reach out to the parish. Fat Tuesday on a Friday, coffee and donuts, Women's Marian prayer groups, and social ministry wants to thank everyone for the wonderful donations over the Christmas season with the giving trees. We had a broad outreach, and you all are a incredibly generous parish. We want to thank you all for that. We have an upcoming second collection for Latin American missions. Catholic Men's Conference. So we have the men's retreat that's put on in-house by the parish. You have Catholics Men's Conference. This is the Diocesan Conference, March 2nd in Waterville. Catholic Women's Conference. This is, again, the Diocesan Conference, March 16th, with speaker and podcaster Danielle Bean coming to the Holiday Inn in Portland. All that and more can be found in this week's bulletin. God bless you all. We'll see you at Mass.